What's up, guys? Welcome back to Hogan Family Vlogs. This is another product review that we're bringing to you guys for the Intex Excursion 5. It's an inflatable boat. We live in a townhouse, so we don't have a lot of space to store an actual boat right now, or a garage. So we have an inflatable boat, and we're going to do some mods to it. But we're going to do an unboxing with you guys and give you guys an up-close look at what this boat is like. There's other reviews on this boat on YouTube, but I wanted to get a close-up look at the material that it's made out of. I wanted to see how strong it is and if it's going to hold up to our needs. People do some pretty extensive mods on these, so that's why I actually took a shot and bought one, because in order for them to invest so much time and effort into these things, they must be pretty good. So we're going to give it a shot ourselves. So this boat says it holds 5 people. It comes with a pump, 2 oars. It's got a max weight capacity of 1,320 pounds, and it has fishing rod holders. Although I've seen in other reviews that they're not very good, but that's okay. This boat, we got it for $120 on Target's website. So at a lake near us, it is $80 to rent a boat for the entire day. So I figured, why not just take a shot and get this one? And if it works out, I mean, with a couple trips out, it pays for itself. Right. Our box is a little beat up from the shipping, but I was hoping there was nothing wrong with the boat itself. Doesn't look like it. But here. People were complaining about this bag. This bag is like kind of really thin. It's just like a felt. Yours? Yeah. Check out these Oars. Oars, I think, are 3 pieces. This pops in here, you push this button, push that down in there, locks in. People were saying that the oars were flimsy. They don't seem to be all that flimsy. This is a compression fitting. Actually tighten that up on there. And you take this. These oars aren't too bad. I mean, I guess we'll have to see them in action before making judgment, but they seem to be pretty sturdy. comes with a manual pump. I did go ahead and buy an electric pump that I can plug into my cigarette lighter in my truck, because I really don't want to be sitting there pumping this thing the whole time.
That's not that.
No, it's got, I mean, it's not too bad, but still, I want a little bit of convenience. Now for the material. The material that the boat's made of is really, really rigid. And it's really sturdy. I'm actually pretty impressed. I wasn't sure what to expect, but this is really thick. It's really thick material. So we're going to spread this thing out and actually fill it up and let it sit for like an hour and make sure it doesn't leak. But we have it all blown up. We're going to leave it blown up for like an hour just to see if the pressure goes down at all. But it's really sturdy. It's got these holders for the oars, so they're not taking up room in your boat when you're not using them. The pole holders I've heard a lot of complaints about, but they're not too bad, but I mean, they are mounted to an inflatable raft, so they're not going to be totally rigid like that. But we didn't put the bench seats in yet, so I don't know if we're going to use them. But overall, I mean, the quality seems really good. I'm impressed. It's a lot better than I expected. When filling it up, you get this little gauge, and you have to fill it up till these lines meet each other. There's a number 1 for the floor, so you're going to do that first, number 2, and then number 3. But what we found while we were inflating it is, when you have the second tube full, like perfect, and then you start filling the third one up, when you start getting to where this is close, number 2 is like way over. So you're going to have to kind of go back and forth. The cool thing is about these valves, I guess they're called Boston valves. They have 2 fittings. There's this small outer nut that you could just pop off, and you stick your pump on there, and that doesn't allow air to come out. But when you want to take the air out of it, you actually take this, I don't know if you guys can see, you take this one, the bigger outer nut off, and it's a big hole, and it'll deflate really fast. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, we're just waiting to make sure this thing holds air. This is the boat with the included bench seating. We decided not to use it because it takes up a lot of room in the boat and it's not really comfortable anyways. So we opted to create our own wood floor out of 3/4 inch plywood. We treated it with this Rust-Oleum Never Wet system, and we sanded the edges really well as covered them with pipe insulation tubing. And some people use like pool noodles, you can use that. And then we also covered the wood with indoor-outdoor gray carpet that we got from Menards. So we measured the inside of our boat and created a floor. And we're sanding the edges, making sure it's smooth before we go on to the next step. We just dry fit our floor. I put duct tape around the edges, although we really sanded the edges a lot, so they're really smooth. But just as a precaution, it fits really good. So this is our finished floor with the gray indoor-outdoor carpet wrapped around it. It turned out really nice. This is our boat in the water as a finished product. We're very pleased with it. Using the oars, they work pretty well, although if it's a windy day, it's a nightmare rowing this thing. So we went ahead and actually got the motor mount for the boat. It's like $25 on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. But other than that, as you can see, the boat moves pretty well, and it's not a very big trolling motor. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. Thank you so much for watching. If you could drop a like, we'd really appreciate it. And subscribe to Hogan Family Fishing.